I just like to say how nice this feels. This is a cover crop that we sowed in the demonstration plots for a land care course we did last year, and I'm standing here now as it's looking all beautiful. The millet and everything is seeding, the legumes climb to the top, sunflowers are looking beautiful. This is it's actually looking really nice here. It's a lovely sunny day. It's Australia Day. It's very, very quiet. And I'm standing here barefoot in this paddock harvesting millet by hand as if I was some primitive farmer from centuries ago. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm getting lots of nice sunflowers to give to people on Australia Day, and it just feels very primal and very enjoyable. Well, we've got the sunflowers poking out the top. It's quite a good mix of sunflowers through here. The Jap millet has come brilliantly, you know, sort of the next layer. And then we've got Lab climbing through that, and then as an understory layer right down low, you might not be able to see it, we have Wind Cassia, which has grown up quite well, so we've got many layers of legumes and other things. This area is now going to be cut high topped, which will take off the tops of the grasses, and the grass stems then will support a really solid lot of legumes. So the Lab and the Wind Cassia will come through to the top of this, and we'll get an amazing amount of nitrogen fixed ready for the next crop. I thought I'd just give a contrast to a different approach to keeping cover and growing organic matter and growing nitrogen. This is what we do on our place. We're up on fairly steep red volcanic soils. What happens normally here when you walk off a bit of land is the pastures that were sown here for the cattle industry sort of come back. I've decided I just use them, and they've been doing a good job for a couple of years for helping me build soil structure. What normally happens here is you'll get the tropical grasses. In this case it's just gatton panic, the twining legumes coming through it, so in this case it's Tinnaru glycine, and that's, you know, or Neotinia whitei. This is the fairly common mix of pasture grasses through here, but this stands about, I don't know, 5 foot tall. It's very, very productive, and it's producing a lot of organic matter for this area. The panic's gone to seed. I would normally top this, you know, cut it down to about half its height by now, but life hasn't allowed us to do that. So, but I've never found a real problem with this coming back in the gardens if I spade this in, and it means that when I walk away I can generate this sort of cover again, which I've found to be, you know, very beneficial in this area if you have the machinery to deal with it, either to flail mulch it down and use it, or I could still walk straight into this with a spader and incorporate it. There's no way in the world I could afford to get this much organic matter and cart it and handle it and put it into the soil before a crop, just with labour and expense. So it's really the only way I can get sort of carbon and nitrogen into the soil that we require for growing our veggies.